The Israeli Defense Forces, during their ongoing offensive, have taken control of most of the buffer zone of the Golan Heights in southern Syria and are now positioned about 25 kilometers southwest of Damascus, Reuters reported, citing sources. The military operation began immediately after the overthrow of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad on December the 8th. Simultaneously, the Israeli Air Force conducted massive attacks on Syria's largest air bases and Navy vessels, Russian Vedomosti media outlet writes. The Israeli troop movement deeper into Syrian territory was also reported by the Lebanese television channel Al Mayadeen, which is closely associated with the Hezbollah movement. However, representatives of the Israeli military command have denied reports of their army advancing towards Damascus. Despite this, the UN Special Envoy for Syria, Geir Pedersen, has called on Israeli authorities to cease their troop movements in Syria. The Israeli army entered the buffer zone to minimize potential risks of escalation stemming from Syria, according to Dimitri Mariasis, editor-in-chief of the magazine Economics of the Middle East, who spoke with Vedomosti. Following the armed opposition's seizure of power in Syria, Israel lost a predictable governing counterpart as well as clear mechanisms and procedures to ensure border security, the expert noted. From Israel's perspective, its army's incursion into southern Syria is a defensive measure aimed at mitigating or at least reducing future risks emanating from Syrian territory, agrees Lyudmila Samaskaya, a researcher at the Center for Middle East Studies at the Institute of World Economy and International Relations. She stated that the Israeli operation is a temporary tactical step. Israel is not seeking to redraw Syrian borders in its favor and plans to withdraw from the demilitarized zone once a responsible, non-Islamist government emerges in Syria and the country stabilizes, she explained. The duration of the Israeli army's presence in Syria remains highly unpredictable due to ongoing instability, the expert added. I doubt their presence in this area will result in serious Syrian-Israeli clashes in the near future. However, given the multitude of actors involved in the Syrian conflict, it is difficult to entirely rule out escalation. It is precisely this potential for conflict that drives Israel to take preemptive measures, she concluded.
What's your name?
Travis.
An American man has been found near Syrian capital Damascus after being set free from the jail as rebels ousted Bashar al-Assad's regime on Sunday. The man, identifying himself as Travis Timmerman, said he was arrested 7 months ago after entering Syria on a pilgrimage to capital Damascus. Prior to that, he was in Europe. The 29-year-old American went missing in Hungary in May. Timmerman explained that 2 men armed with a hammer broke his prison door on Monday. My door was busted down, it woke me up. I thought the guards were still there, so I thought the warfare could have been more active than it ended up being. Once we got out, there was no resistance, there was no real fighting, Timmerman told NBC on Thursday. In an interview with local media, Timmerman said he was not tortured during his time in prison but heard other people, especially young men, being tortured by prison guards. Timmerman also clarified that he was not the American journalist Austin Tice who went missing in Syria years ago. Syrian rebels have freed thousands of prisoners from government's prisons after ending long-lasting regime of President Bashar al-Assad over the weekend.
So everybody's telling you that you're Austin Tice. They thought that you're Austin Tice first. Did you know about the case of Austin Tice before you were imprisoned?
No.
No. Because he's been imprisoned for 12 years. You've never heard of that?
No.
And what's your work? What did you do? Why did you enter Syria?
I came on a religious pilgrimage. I'm a Christian.
في رحلة دينية. أتيت إلى سوريا في رحلة دينية. تمام. I'm just saying this for the TV because we broadcast in Arabic. And how did they treat you in the prison?
Well, it was okay. I was fed, I was watered. The one difficulty was that I couldn't go to the bathroom when I wanted to. And so I had to wait on that. I was only let out 3 times a day to go to the bathroom. Other than that, I was not beaten, and the guards treated me decently.
Did you hear any kinds of any kind of torture voices in the prison?
Yes.
You used to hear that?
Yes, daily.
Daily.
Can you describe that?
Is it women, men, children?
No,
What did
no.
you hear?
I never heard a woman beaten, and I was paying attention to that myself. It did not happen. It's mostly young men.
Oh man, were they screaming? Did you hear them
No,
getting hit?
well.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين. الصحفي الأمريكي لحد الآن لا نعلم ما هو اسمه، عثر عليه الأخ موسى أحد أبناء ذيابية، حارس في البلدية في الساعات الأولى من فجر هذا اليوم. عثر على هذا الشخص الأمريكي وهو مطلوب لأمريكا بعد فقدانه لمدة 7 أعوام في سجون النظام الفاجر الذين كانوا يعذبونه في سيدنايا وأقبل سيدنايا. هذا الصحفي الآن في بلدة ديابية وهو في أمان بين أهلها، وتلقى مننا المعاملة الحسنة، وأتينا بالطبيب وعالجه والحمد لله رب العالمين، كشف على صحته تمام وما في أحلى منها. أخونا موسى هو الذي وجده بالبساتين.
في القدمين.